I don't know what happened, but my live just got cut off for no reason. But here's part two. I'm over here live at the Diddy trial. The verdict. I'm literally in front of the entrance where everyone else is, the reporters and whatnot. So, yeah, we're just going to take a look and see who else comes out here. I'll probably stick around here for maybe 10 or 15 more minutes. But feel free to make a comment, guys. Again, I am Eric Briones, videographer in the city of New York. I own my own video production company, and I'm here just covering the trial to see who comes out. So you can watch the other live soon to get my recap on other stuff that I talked about. But yeah, let's just take a look.
Biggie, 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 can't you see?
Yeah, well, not really nothing going on. It's hot. I think everyone's kind of like around here waiting. I don't really see anyone coming out yet. I think they said that the family might have got picked up and then they left. So, yeah, again, guys, we're over here live at the Diddy trial. This is the main, everything's blocked off as far as the barricades and everything like that. Yeah, police on both sides of the streets, kind of, making sure people don't jump right into the street, but traffic's getting blocked. It's super hot out. Even this area didn't, it used to not be blocked, but now it is. And yeah, I mean, I think everyone's just wondering if Diddy's going to be coming out. Yeah, I don't know if, hello there from Hawaii. What's up? I'm here in New York. Nice to see you. So thanks for joining the live, guys. Yeah, we're over here at the Diddy trial. Again, for people new to my channel, my name is Eric Briones. I own Erban Creative, which is a video production agency here in New York City. I'm trying to cover this trial, a little bit of it, because I have clients that are lawyers in a law firm called Derek Smith Law Group. We were here last week. Unfortunately, they could not make it to the trial today because they're in Philly working on cases as we speak. So they cover sexual harassment cases. So, for me, I try to be invested a little bit on some of this stuff with various clients that I have. I work with law firms, corporations, events and musicians and everything alike. And then even I'm working on some short documentary stuff too. So stay tuned for that. But yeah, if you guys want to get a feel for how it looks over here at the Diddy trial, I am just showing you guys that. So I have my tripod here, but it's just too tight. It's going to get noisy because I'm going right into the thick of it with a lot of personalities here. So here we go.
Make it great again. Feed the homeless and clean out the trash.
So yeah, we are over here trying to get into the thick of it. Let me see, I'm going to switch my view. So yeah, hot one here in New York. That's the entrance over there.
They started
Pop Smoke. NYPD. There's a little pan around, guys. Music's playing. Pop Smoke. You guys know if you're a fan, I'm a fan. Some heavy duty, another Sony. Oh no, that's Panasonic actually. Yeah, Panasonic camera right there. Yeah, you know. Some of these people I've seen here before. They've been covering it this whole time. Gotta give them credit. Yeah, that's a Panasonic. So whoever comes out, family, lawyers, maybe Diddy, they're gonna be coming out of this entrance right here. You know, so again, guys, I was live earlier, but for some reason my live just got cut off. It just expired. Maybe there's a time limit sometimes, but I'm a little new to doing this live, so apologies for that. I'm gonna post that video up a little bit later for public so you guys can see, because I have a little bit more of my take on, you know, the trial and what went down, and you know, just kind of how everything unfolded. So right now I probably won't go too much into that because I'll basically be repeating myself. So, but this is just to show the vibe and see if anything happens, I guess, you know. And then there's that one guy. I ran into him last week when I was here. He's like the fake academics. You see him? He does really do look like academics, but with like a grayish beard. So,
I guess.
yeah, I am over here live at the Diddy Trial. Someone just asked me, where are you? I'm at 500 Pearl Street, and that is the main courthouse here. So you guys could see, it's a pretty big building. You know, a lot of people ain't moving up here to show the whole layout of it. But yeah, when I was here last week, we went into the courtroom, the overflow room, and all that stuff is, all of that is like on the 24th floor. It's crazy. It's all the way up there. So you go all the way up. And then yeah, so definitely playing their music. I feel like she's a reporter. That looks like a reporter there, right? I'm on high, so I ain't cool with you niggas. It's always something, don't got shit to prove. Broke niggas don't got shit to lose. I ain't one of them. So we'll see if he comes out. We'll be here for a little bit longer, but don't want to stay here all day.
I have 38 answers in total.
Fetish ain't free. So yeah, we were playing Diddy's son's music, King Combs. It's actually a pretty good beat, I ain't gonna lie. It's a good beat. Not sure if I'm a huge fan, but you know, of his music. His dad's music though, back in the day, the early 90s, you know what I mean? Everyone was listening to, you know, Death Row and Bad Boy. I don't think there was like really, unless you were on New York. I didn't live in New York at the time. I lived in Ohio. I'm from Ohio, so, you know, we listened to all the music back then, you know, both sides. So, but back then it was heated, man. That was, you know, the East Coast, West Coast beef was like a big thing. Like everyone was really trying to choose sides a little bit. But when you're in Ohio, you just listen to both sides. So now I'm just getting away a little bit just because it's noisy over there. It's really hard to, you know, hear and the commotions there. But again, I just don't know if I can't follow right now. I mean, feel free to leave a comment if you guys want, but I don't know if they're going to let Diddy out or not. We'll see what happens. Kind of what my take was before that I was talking about it was that, like, yeah, you know, he didn't get guilty of the bigger charges, but he's still going to jail. So he's still going to jail. He's still going to serve, you know, at least like, you know, at least 5 years, if not more. You know, it could be 5 to 20 years. Each charge is 10 years each, and he can't run them concurrent. So, you know, the judge can really throw the book at him if they want. The judge can look at the whole case and say, like, wow, you know, I saw all this bad stuff that happened. And yeah, maybe the jury didn't, you know, deliver on the bigger charges, but I knew he was guilty on a lot of this other stuff. And it's up to the judge's discretion. He can throw the book at him, you know, if he really wants to. I don't think he's going to do that. But I would say that what's going to end up happening is he's going to at least serve anywhere between 5 to 8 years. That's my take on it. He could do half sentences for each, you know, 10, 5 and 5, so it's 10 years total. That's a lot of years. Diddy's 55 years old, I think, or 56 at the moment. You know, you imagine, you know, sitting in jail 10 years at that age. You know, he's got a newborn kid, you know, all because he had this kind of addiction, you know what I mean? Kind of, I talked about it before. What it boils down to is like it's King's disease, you know, and he was drunk on power, and he was just doing all this stuff, kind of thinking that, you know, it's not an issue and he wouldn't get in trouble. You know, there's things to be debated about it. Obviously, there's definitely evidence and definitely reasons to think that he shouldn't have got charged for that stuff. I get it. I understand like both sides, really. You know, I'm not, you know, trying to lean in one end or the other, but I do think that, you know, at the end of the day, he's kind of a piece of work, you know. I mean, to say the least. Like, I don't know how people can't see like the stuff that he was doing was just really like you're kind of taking advantage of people and, you know, abusing people in a lot of different ways, mentally, physically, you know, just for his own enjoyment, you know. And yeah, it's just a lot because, I mean, you know, if you watch the case, you knew how many times they were doing those FOs. They were doing them all the time. It wasn't like just, oh yeah, once a year, let's get a little crazy. You know, this was happening on like a weekly basis or something like that. So it's just interesting to me about like the whole dichotomy of, you know, this trial. I think this is a very unique trial that they tried to test, especially with the RICO. It was too kind of creative to everything. Again, I don't know why they didn't. So there's another thing I didn't point out on the last live is like, I don't know why they didn't charge the head of staff, the Christina Karam, I think her name is. Why didn't they charge her at the same time? Like, if she wasn't going to participate as a witness, then why didn't they just charge her at the same time? Because to me, it's like, well, she's so tied into what they were talking about and the evidence that they had laid out. For us not to hear any of her testimony and she didn't get charged at the same time, the jury's just going to be like, well, why didn't they get her up there? You know, why didn't they get her an immunity deal? And it is a big question mark. I don't understand what happened with that, where the prosecution couldn't to get that figured out or what, you know, like, so I think they did it. That was kind of one of the bigger mistakes I think the prosecution went into with this. You know, why didn't you just charge her for something too? You know, again, that ties into if she's charged along with Diddy at the same time, whether she gets found not guilty or not, at least on the perception-wise, it shows that it is more of a reason for it to be RICO. Because a lot of people were arguing that it shouldn't be RICO because it's only Diddy, you know, and how can it be RICO when it's supposed to be like a huge organization? One thing though is like people are like not taking into consideration, all those other people would have been charged if they wanted to testify. So all of them got immunity. So they would have been in the RICO with them. So it wasn't really like it was Diddy only, but the perception of it is like it's kind of Diddy only because he's the only one getting charged. You get what I'm saying? So it's kind of, it's very interesting because I guess like if I would compare it to like a mafia case, you know, usually with this RICO stuff, it's like, oh, 20 people are charged and then they have like a few snitches and they get immunity. But just think of it in a comparison, if this makes it easier for you listeners, viewers, is that imagine if it was a RICO case with a mafia guy, mafia boss, but he's the only one that's charged. But then all the mafia members, they just got immunity deals. So really he's only charged, but it's still a RICO. You get what I mean? Like, I don't know. Excuse me. It definitely got just too confusing with the RICO shit. And that's unfortunate because I think that there was like a lot of stuff that I think he should have got charged with, like really, you know, like bribery and, you know, all this other stuff that like kind of unfolded you know, as we kind of saw, like I thought the bribery stuff was like really like clear cut. Like, wow, you know, like he definitely has some of that like evidence, not only testimony, but you know, written stuff, stuff in writing, text messages, money being transferred, you know, him saying don't spend all the money in one place. Like that's kind of showing that you know that what you're doing is illegal. So maybe it doesn't though. I don't know. You know, it's this case is a very interesting way that they're going to actually do and set precedent for all this stuff for in America. You know, so sorry, I'm a little thirsty. It's hot out here. You know what I mean? I'm glad. The one thing tip, you know, videographer tip, always make sure you bring your own water, because you know if you go to like event and shoot, don't expect them to just like hand you over stuff to drink or eat. Like you got to make sure you got like some snacks or something, because a lot of times, especially like weddings and stuff, you'll be run all over the place. Actually, I don't really do that much weddings because it's just that's crazy. I'd rather stay on the corporate side of a video production. So, but anyhow, I'm going to do another tour. I'm going to walk around a little bit more and see if I see anything. You guys can feel free to like tell me what the update is on the Diddy case, if he's going home or not. I'm going to see if I can try to ask some people, but no one really knows at this moment. And the thing is I got work to do. I got a video shoot later on, or not, tomorrow at the NASDAQ, and actually with one of the battery company client that I talked about on the last live, one of their PR teams here in New York. So, you know, that's a good thing about corporate clients is you network with one or a few, and then, you know, they see that you're doing good work. You can get hired by the people that are around them, you know. So, but yeah, I'm going to try to go a little bit more into this and see what we see. So let's check it out. So Free Britney. This guy's got to fuck the Pacers. Everyone's still out here. Did they say that Diddy's gonna go free, or what'd you hear? You hear anything? Yeah, same. Oh, he's inside, yeah. But I think they had his family like leave. They had the Sprinter vans, you know, those big black Sprinter vans. That was about, well, it was about 15 minutes ago. I couldn't tell because I was over there, but it looked like it was like, you know, their circle. But I know that they're trying to like argue. Well, his lawyers are arguing for him to go free today. So that'd be crazy because like I think he would literally like walk out. He would walk out of that entrance right there. But I don't know. I just don't know if it's gonna happen. So yeah, it's interesting. So you guys look close. There's a pretty well-known, famous journalist over there. His name's Ture. Can't really see him yet, but if we see a few heads move, he's the one with the hair. I don't know. People are starting to set up something, so might be something going on. Then we got the police here. Trying to get a better view, guys. So yeah, I was trying to get a better view of that Ture guy.
Is that the $1 million? Is that the $1 million for the bail? The $1 million bail. Right.
Oh yeah, there he is. See if I get a better view. Yeah. Okay, there's Ture. He's like a well-known journalist. Phone's in his face right now.
Girl, do you see that?
He's been covering the trial the whole time. So they have like a armored like van, which I don't know. It's kind of weird. I don't know what that means or what that's going to be about. Oh yeah, there he is. I'm really trying to get a good view of him. All right, yeah, there's Toure. Ricky knows I'm looking at him. Yeah, that's Toure. He's a well-known reporter. I think he used to report for Rolling Stone. Maybe he still does. Some people out here with their signs. Yeah, we're live at the Diddy Trial, guys. Live verdict. Let's see if I can ask some of these people.
Thank you so much for tuning in and for spending so much love to your family.
So yeah.
Oh my goodness. Yes, there's predators over here.
Press.
Like children.
Right, the camera's right on us. Oh, there's a homeboy in the hat over there. It's
There's still children here.
missed it. See if I grab him later. Fake academics.
With liquor and drugs, you know what I'm saying? Why would they even there? They don't go to parties. Children don't belong at parties like that.
So they say he's going free, did he? Today?
Yeah, they said that it's probably
By 4:30.
Yeah.
Oh, 4:30,
that's what he
really?
said. And
Really?
they said he had $1 million.
They did the $1 million bail? Really?
Look, I was just joking. Look. I
Yeah.
was joking about the armored truck.
Yeah, I
Look,
know. I was
they just
curious
parked
about
it.
that too. I was like, armored truck.
They
Like,
just parked it though.
yeah.
So that must be the bail money.
Oh,
Yeah, I was just kidding though. I was like, oh.
But maybe you're right though. Oh, so that makes sense.
I've been here since the family went in. And,
Really?
Yeah, she got
crazy,
interviewed
right?
And she got interviewed 4 times.
Really? Oh shit.
Just been standing.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I mean, no matter what, it's kind of like a
Yeah.
moment in history. You
Yeah.
know, like that's the way I look
Yeah.
at it. It's
That's what
not
I was
like.
saying. It's like an OJ thing.
Yeah, it's
Exactly.
OJ thing. Yeah, yeah. It's since
Yeah, on
OJ,
R.
this
Kelly,
has
yeah.
been the biggest like trial. You
Right.
know, R. Kelly a little bit. Yeah, I
But
don't know.
if
That
they-
kind of
if
came
they-
and went. But
If they are freeing him, they should free Robert Sylvester Kelly.
you think
That's
so?
Robert. Of course so.
Yeah.
Of course so.
He got charged with
Of
similar or
course so.
something like that, or was it
He
Rico?
got 30
or?
years. Robert Kelly got 30 years.
Yeah.
Like with the freaking kids.
It's
If we're
interesting.
freeing child molesters and perverts and predators
You're right.
and deviants, sexual deviants,
Yeah.
he's included in that list.
He's definitely in some lists. I don't know which one, but
Cassie, that happened to Cassie. You know what I'm saying?
yeah. So okay, interesting, guys. So they're saying that armored truck is actually for the money, for the bail money, $1 million.
Yeah.
$1 million bail. But I wonder if it's when they say $1 million bail, do they say that in the sense that it's a whole $1 million, or it's actually 10% of that? Because usually the bail bonds is you only have to put up like 10%. I don't know. It could be wrong, especially with federal cases. Yeah. Again, guys, there's Toure. Some of these other well-known reporters, I'm sure. I don't know their names.
You have the abler parents. You have the young girl who loved the celebrities.
So yeah, pretty wild. Pretty wild. Got some reporters over there across the street. Anyone recognize her or that guy? Yeah, this is pretty wild. Pretty wild.
Thank you.
Anyhow. They're out here, man. Everyone's out here. Reporters and all that. They're playing Diddy's music. Wonder if he's getting paid for that. Yeah, they're trying to keep it on. Well, the thing is, guys, I got to get back to doing freelancing, video editing. I got a big video edit project that I got to work on. It's around lunchtime here. It's about 2:40. They're saying Diddy's going to be freed at 4:30 or like around 4. Unfortunately, I just don't have enough time to kind of linger around here for much longer. But yeah, tune in. You know, again, my name is Eric Briones. I run a video production agency here in New York. I hope you guys enjoyed a little bit of the, outside, the inside scoop of the Diddy trial. He will be released, I guess. That's kind of what I've been hearing now. And, that's just where we're at with it. And America's justice system isn't perfect. But it is still one of probably the fairest around the world, if you think about it. Let's just be real. There's definitely things about the system that can be better, but that's anything. Anything can require a little bit better, to be more fair and more what have you. With this case, I kind of think it is a lot about if you got the money, you can pay the right lawyers, and you can have a whole team of 8 or 9 lawyers and pay them millions of dollars a day. Yeah, you're going to get off on some charges because you have the money and the resources in it. And money is just kind of what it is. I think if a regular citizen and you didn't have like this type of dream team lawyers, you're not going to get off on any of those charges. You're just going to get smoked. So, but that's the world we live in, and not that things can't change, but it's definitely things that people just got to keep in mind and consider. I had fun covering this trial, just kind of being down here. And just again, from a videographer's standpoint, I plan on doing more of these lives because I am in here in New York City. There is like cool, like or crazy events that happen here in New York, but I'm trying to come at it as a videographer perspective. Talk about videography a little bit, whether it's my equipment or what other people are shooting around. So stay tuned. I'm going to be doing more lives, but it won't necessarily be stuff that's like tied towards a criminal case or something like that. But it might because it is New York City and there's always some crazy stuff going on here. But anyhow, if you haven't had a chance to like and comment and subscribe, please do. If you like this type of content, please subscribe because I'll be doing a lot more lives just about how it is being a videographer, running your own creative agency in New York City, and being into the freelance world itself. I think it's an interesting kind of profession. There's always something new to like learn and figure out from events like this and how to shoot it and how to cover it. So I'll definitely be doing some different stuff, tips and tutorials. Obviously, those type of videos will be coming along as well too. And we'll talk soon. So stay tuned. Yeah, around 4:30. Check your other favorite channels lives because there'll probably be some coverage of Diddy walking out of that courtroom. Very interesting. But again, he's not totally scot-free. He is going to go do some jail time at some point. Whenever the sentencing happens. So we'll talk soon, guys. Take care. Peace.